I'll just share the slide with you and then we'll start with the lesson.
Good
So,
afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon. So, we were discussing about the brain and the different parts of the brain. We have already discussed about the pituitary gland, hypothalamus. So, I hope it's clear to you about the hypothalamus, which we have already discussed this about the pituitary gland. It is called as the master gland because it controls all the glands all over the body. I hope it's clear to you. So today we'll discuss about the spinal cord. So have a look at your course book, page number 6, spinal cord. Do you all have your course books with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Look into your course book, spinal cord, page number 6. Spinal cord and the brain form the central nervous system, which is also called as CNS. Okay, spinal cord is made up of nerves that transmit messages between the brain and the rest of the body. It starts from the brain stem at the base of the brain and continues to the lower back. Spinal cord is covered with bones known as vertebrae. So you can see the vertebrae on your screen, the small bones which are called as vertebrae. So they are the small bones which are attached to the spinal cord. And even the picture is also there in your course book. So the functions of spinal cord are they send the messages from the brain to the different parts of the body and vice versa. It coordinates quick and immediate response to stimuli. So it gives a quick response. Characteristics of spinal cord are it is cylindrical in structure of nervous tissue. In an adult, the spinal cord measures about 44 centimeter in length. The spinal cord ends in a cascade of nerves. The spine or the vertebral column encloses and protects the spinal cord. So this vertebral column, it protects the spinal cord. Spinal cord is nothing but the main nerve which connects to the brain. So this nerve, the spinal cord, is covered with the vertebrae. It is being protected in the spinal cord. So, it is being protected by the bones, which are called as vertebrae. So there are how many vertebrae in the vertebral column? So how many vertebrae are there in the vertebral column? We already have learned it. There are 33 vertebrae. Are you all there in the class? You all have switched off your cam. I know what you all are doing. Switch on your cam. Switch on your video. Yes, Pardhu, Dheeraj, Nehita, Nehadarshi, Siri
Yes,
Nandana.
ma'am.
You all are listening? You all are
Yeah,
not
ma'am.
responding
Yes,
at
ma'am,
all.
we are. Ma'am,
Okay.
33,
See,
ma'am.
ma'am, it
33.
took me,
33,
it took
ma'am.
time to unmute,
Ma'am, that
ma'am.
33, ma'am.
Okay. Nimira is
Yeah, ma'am.
trying to join, but she can't be able to.
Should I tell?
It is not letting me to unmute, ma'am.
Okay. Nimira, you're getting any problem in joining?
Only
Okay.
5 members only, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. This is, I
Very
think,
less than,
very.
ma'am. I
Yes,
think this is
ma'am.
the
7.
lesson in this class, ma'am, because the previous class was 11.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Every
There are 7
student.
members now. There are
Yes,
7
7,
members.
yeah.
I think they are
ha,
getting
ma'am.
problem in joining. Some network connection problem is there. Even
Yes,
Nimira
ma'am.
is
At
joining
last
again.
period only it happens, ma'am.
Yeah. Even Nimira is also joining again and again. I, yeah, I think she's getting problem. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
So, yes. And now discussing about the CNS, going in detail further about the CNS. Neurons and central nervous system. Neurons are specialized cells that are the basic units of the nervous system. So have a look at the neurons. Neurons are the specialized cells that are basic units of nervous system. They conduct messages in the form of impulses from one place to another in the body. So neurons, I hope you all have drawn the structure of neuron and know what are the functions of a neuron. What do neurons have? What are the different structures, different parts of a neuron? Can anyone just tell me?
Ma'am, the
A
parts of
nerve
a
cell.
neuron are the nerve, the nucleus, axon,
Yes.
the dendrites,
Yes. Okay.
and what else? The cell
Okay, have a
body
look
will
at
be,
the
ma'am.
nerve cell. Have a look at the nerve cell. So it's been given there in your course book also, page number 8. So a neuron, a nerve cell, or a nerve cell is composed of two parts, the cell body or the cyton. It can also be called as cell body or cyton, and axon. It can also be called as axon, cyton, or cell body. Finger-like projections called the dendrites. So the dendrites, you can see the dendrites here on your screen.
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay. So here are the dendrites, you can see. So these are all the dendrites. So these dendrites collect the impulses from various parts of the body and relay these impulses or messages towards the cell body or cyton. So they again pass this information through where? Through where they'll pass this information. Axons are long process of neurons that carry signals or impulses away from the cell body. Axons and dendrites bundled together are called nerves. What are nerves? Sorry. Axons and dendrites
Dendrites.
Dendrites, ma'am.
combined together. They are called
Bundled
as
together.
nerve. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
nerves. Nerves send signals between the brain, spinal cord, and other body organs via nerve impulses. So it's been appearing too like a nerve, but a nerve contain axons and dendrites. So these nerves send signals between the brain, spinal cord, and the other body organs. Now, going in detail about these neurons, they are classified as motor nerves, sensory nerves, and mixed or relay nerves. So we have already learned about the motor sensory nerves. So what are motor nerves?
Ma'am?
What are motor nerves? Or okay, what are sensory nerves? Yes, Nehita, tell me.
Ma'am, actually, I have a doubt in this nerve cell, ma'am.
Okay.
What is load of run here, ma'am? Because that detail is not here.
Yeah, it's been in detail, so don't go on with that because it's you cannot understand it perfectly, because in your higher classes you'll be able to learn about that. I just want to show a picture of that, the different parts of this nerve cell.
That's it,
So there
ma'am.
have
That
been
is
different names
let us
given to
come.
the different parts.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So this particular part is called as, so this particular part combined is called as axon. So again, there are different parts which are being named as myelin sheath and node of Ranvier. So here there is a node where the here it is connecting these two sheaths. So here there is a node in between. So it will be more detailed for you because you'll learn it in your further, in your higher grades. Just one second, I'll
Ma'am.
erase it.
And ma'am, you were asking us about sensory neurons,
Yeah.
right, ma'am?
What are sensory nerves?
Ma'am, actually, they convey messages to the central nervous system.
Mhm. From internal organs or from
Yeah, from
external
internal
stimuli, or from external stimuli. Like, what are the sensory organs? What are the different sensory
like
organs in your body?
parts, ma'am, organs, brain.
Sensory organs.
Okay.
Yes. Eyes,
I think, ma'am,
skin.
eyes, ears, nose, tongue, like that.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah, ma'am, like our sense organs.
Yes. So
Yeah,
these
ma'am.
sensory nerves carry the messages from all these sense organs to this to the brain through the central nervous system.
Okay,
From the
ma'am.
external stimuli, because you are able to, from the external stimuli, in the sense your skin transfers the information from the external stimuli. It's the external stimuli only. If you're feeling hotness on your skin, if you're feeling very hot, through how, where, which organ you'll able to identify the hotness? Through your skin, with the help of touch. So it's the external stimuli. So from the external stimuli, you are giving the information is being passed through the central nervous system to the brain, isn't it? So these are the
Yes,
central
ma'am. They
neurons.
pass messages like seeing, hear,
Yeah.
smell, touch, or taste,
Yes.
or feeling the things.
Yes. So these sensory neurons will carry the messages from the external environment, from the external stimuli, where you can feel all these things. And the information is being passed. If you're feeling some good fragrance, then your nose will send the signals. So this is external stimuli. From external environment, you're feeling the stimuli. The information is being passed from the external stimuli to your brain. And now the motor neurons, they carry the information messages from central nervous system to organs, glands and muscles. So from the brains, the information is being passed to different organs, glands and muscles. So which type of work you need to do? If your sense organs, if your sensory neurons are giving the information, like your eyes are seeing that you're facing some danger, that fire is there, or any lion or tiger is there in front of you, so your sensory nerves, your eyes, sense organs will intimate, they'll give caution to your brain, yeah, there's a danger in front of you. So your brain will give information to your internal organs, like your muscles, muscles of your legs, muscles of your hands, to just go and beat it, to just run away from that. So your leg muscles will act upon that according to the information given by your brain. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah,
And
ma'am.
now talking about the mixed neurons. Mixed neurons carry the messages from one part of the central nervous system to another part. So internally it happens. Internally it carries the messages from one part of central nervous system to the another part. So these are the mixed neurons. So I haven't kept the picture here.
Ma'am, did you go with the motor neurons?
Yeah.
No.
I just now I have told you about the muscles. So when your
Mm.
external, when your eye sees something, some danger, when it tells you that there's a danger in front of you, your eyes will give a caution to your brain. Then your brain, motor neurons, your brain will give the information to these motor neurons, like the muscles or the organs. Your, it will intimate your muscles. Muscles are nothing but the motor neurons. Motor neurons are connected to the muscles, isn't it? They are connected to the glands, they are connected to the organs. So these motor neurons will get the information that you have to run, you're facing any danger, danger is in front of you. So the brain will give the information, it will give caution to the motor neurons to work accordingly to the situation. I hope you've understood, or shall I explain it to you in detail?
No, ma'am, I understand.
Okay. Everyone, Pardhu, Dheeraj,
Understood, ma'am.
Nandana, motor neurons are nothing but they carry the information from the central nervous system to different organs or glands and muscles. When the sensory neurons like your organs, sensory organs, when they just look at something, when they are smelling something, like in this case, how your motor neurons will get activated when your sensory nerves are giving some caution to the brain, when you see something dangerous, when you see some snake in front of you. So what happens? Your sensory nerves will give the information, will give caution to your brain. And what the brain will do now? What the brain will do now? Where the information will be passed from the brain? Yes? No one? How these work? How the motor neurons and the sensory neurons work? What actually motor neurons are? Yes, Namira, can you read?
Yeah, ma'am. Should I read it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Classification of neurons. Neurons are classified as motor, sensor, and relay or mixed. Motor neurons carry messages from central nervous system to organs, glands, and muscles. Sensory neurons carry messages from central nervous system to internal organs from external stimuli. Mixed neurons carry messages from one part of the nervous system to the other. The working of central
Okay.
nervous system
So here, what you have understood about the motor neurons?
means, ma'am, the motor neurons, they will help in sending our messages from our main nervous system to our organs, ma'am. Means our muscles and glands and all the other organs.
When they will send the messages? In
Means
what
like
situation?
if it is any danger, if like if for digestion, if the brain will say our
Okay,
stomach to digest the food like that, ma'am.
okay. So that, just one second. You can see the screen.
Yes, in
Yeah.
the nervous system, we can.
Learn about the nervous system. How do our lungs remember to breathe when we're asleep? How does your nose tell you that your favorite cookies are baking in the kitchen? Our nervous system is in charge of these things and a lot more. In fact, it's the boss of our body. Nervous system is a network of organs and nerves that send signals throughout the body. Our nervous system controls everything we do, including breathing, smelling, and moving. The two main parts of the nervous system are the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is the part of the nervous system consisting of the brain and spinal cord. The brain lies protected inside the skull, and from there it controls all the body functions by receiving and sending messages through the nerves. The brain has three major parts. The biggest part is cerebellum. It has two parts, the left and right cerebral hemispheres. Scientists think that the right part helps us think about abstract things like music, shapes, and colors. The left part is more analytical, helping us with math, speech, and logic. The brainstem in the brain links the brain to the spinal cord and the rest of the body. It is in charge of all the functions our body needs to stay alive, like breathing air and digesting food. Now, the peripheral nervous system. It includes all the nerves that go from the skin, muscle, and organs to the spinal cord and brain. The peripheral nervous system has two functions. Some of the nerves receive information when we taste something. These messages are carried to the brain by these nerves. They're called sensory nerves. Other nerves carrying messages from the brain to the body are called motor nerves. They tell us what action should be taken. The peripheral nervous system controls some automatic actions like breathing, digesting, etc. All the nerves are made up of neurons. They have three main parts: nucleus, dendrites, and the axon. Dendrites take
Here it's not been mentioned that even muscles are also included in these motor nerves. Okay, so brain will decide what action to be taken by sending the information even to muscles also, including stomach, including the process of digestion, including the process of breathing, everything. Okay,
in the electric messages to the cell bodies. Axon takes the messages away from the cell body. Now, you know a lot about the nervous system. Please drop a like.
yes, Shun. Is it clear?
The next bit also I finished, ma'am.
Okay, bit
The
more.
fourth
Yeah,
one.
ma'am. That one
A
also
A
completed.
is axon, B is dendrite, C is cell body.
Right.
Okay, so the section
Yeah,
B,
same.
you need to write it down in your Fay notes. So do you
Okay,
have
ma'am.
your Fay notes with you now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Or do you want me to send the notes in the MCB?
Send the notes, ma'am.
Send the notes, ma'am. Maybe we will check our
Because it's
answers.
only 6 minutes left.
Okay, that's fine. Then we'll do the section C then.
Yeah, ma'am.
Sections.
Section.
Yeah. Do the section
Um,
C. Is it easy for you? You
word
need to find
search,
out.
ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, word
Yes, ma'am.
search.
I already found it, ma'am.
Ooh, fun. Yeah, ma'am.
Pardhu,
I'm doing.
Pardhu, are you doing? Nehita, Pardhu,
Yeah,
Siri
ma'am. I'm
Nandana?
doing.
Okay. Siri Nandana, are you doing it?
I'm doing it, ma'am.
Okay. The sensory organs will sense what is going on in the surroundings. You can find out easily with the help of your sense organs. So we all know what the sense organs are, like the eyes, ears, nose, skin, isn't it? So they sense what is happening in the surrounding. They send the information in the form of impulses to the brain or the spinal cord. The brain processes the information with the help of cerebrum and cerebellum. So with the help of the parts of the brain processes the information that what you have to do when your surroundings is when you're facing with some danger, or when your surroundings are not proper, then your brain will process the information that what you have to do, and then what reaction you have to take. At times some impulses, some senses require immediate response. These are carried out by spinal cord, such as immediate reactions are called reflex actions. Like if you are touching a hot object, then immediate action you'll take, isn't it? You'll remove your hand from there. So this is called immediate action. So these are called reflex actions. You need to you need not think a lot for that. You'll take immediate action, isn't it? When you are there, when a tiger is there in front of you, then what you'll do? You'll think for a while, you'll think for 5 minutes, you'll stand there and think for 5 minutes. What you'll do?
Immediately start running.
Immediate action you'll take. And when you are giving a maths problem to solve, then what you'll do?
We
Think
will
and
think of
try,
that problem.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Think
so
of
you
the
will take
problem
time. You will
formulas
take
inside.
time for that to think and then give the answer. So this is the difference between the immediate action, the reflex action, and the things which need some more time to think about, to process the information, to solve the maths problem. The brain needs to process. The brain needs to think a lot. So this is the difference. I hope you've understood about this. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's very clear.
So I hope there are no doubts from this lesson.
Is there any homework for today, ma'am?
Uh, I want you to write down the question and answers which are there in the bit 1, section B, bit 1. The 4 question answers in your homework on your own. Will you?
But you said, ma'am, you will be sending because
Yeah,
if you
but not
send
today.
only
But not
everybody will
today.
be
No, 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 no.
unity, ma'am. Everybody's will be same, ma'am. Then only we can
Yeah,
correct the
but I'm
sentence.
I'm not asking you to write it down in your Fay notes. I'm asking you to write it down on your own in the homework book, so that you'll be thinking about that answer, you'll be searching for that answer, and then you need to go through the course book. You
Ma'am,
will
I
get a
told you
time
I'm
to
maintaining
read it.
only a one book, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm maintaining only a one book, ma'am.
yeah, you can find the answers in only one book itself.
No, ma'am, I'm saying that I'm only maintaining one book, which is Fay
Okay,
book.
then you can write it in the rough book. I just want you to practice. I just want you to search for these answers. So what previously the children used to do in their grade 8, when they were physically there in the school, we used to ask them to write the answers on their own as homework. So they used to write the answers on their own and they used to show us in the form of a homework. Then later on, after the completion of the lesson, we used to give them the notes. But you need to think about that answers and write it down. Don't think that, oh, ma'am is asking to write double times, so we need to write down double. Again, we have to write down in the Fay notes also. Don't think like that. You'll get a practice. Have you understood? So from this
Yes,
homework,
ma'am.
most of you will not do it. I know that. But